Morning! Right, good morning guys. We're going to walk and talk. We've just had breakfast over at Campanile. Dan, what did you think? Yeah, it was really naff.
It was naff.
It is meant to be exactly the same as what you get in the Dream Castle or the Magic Circus, but it's actually slightly different. It's like the same products but cooked differently. So for example, the scrambled egg was more like an omelette.
It said omelette.
It did say omelette. It was cold.
Yep.
The staff were rude.
Yep.
Which is what we found so far anytime we've had to speak to a staff member there. At the moment, I think I'm struggling to give the whole hotel 1 star. I'm struggling to give that.
The whole hotel was a bit of a shit show.
So.
Also, it's basically fully booked for the whole year, so don't worry, you don't have to go there.
Yeah.
In the lift, they have a guide of when in the year there is still availability.
Yeah.
And it's basically fully booked for the whole year, so someone likes it, but yeah, not us.
It's not us. It's not for us. But anyway,
school groups.
Yeah, it's good for school groups. But yeah, we're going to walk in now. We're walking around. We're going to go get Dan's ticket for the day. I may have mentioned this yesterday, but doing it again just in case. So how it still works as of April 2023 is if you have an Infinity or Magic Plus Pass or whatever they're called, you have to reserve your ticket online to say you're coming. You don't have to pay, but you have to reserve. The same is if you're using a privilege ticket. So I've had to reserve all of Dan's privilege tickets online, but then you come to the gate and you pay for it. So we're going to go queue up and do that. We're going to go back into the main parks today. I want to try and get some of the big rides done, and then about 11 have a snack, and then head into the studios and do all of that stuff. Right, let's go. Look who's behind us! There!
Yeah. Costumes of Mickey and Minnie.
I'm not with him. So you've just come off of Space Mountain, what do you think?
That was one of the least pleasant things I've ever done in my entire life. Because it's dark, and I'm not very good, I don't have a very good sight, and Lawrence on my glasses. It's probably the right thing to do. I didn't know where to brace, and so I smacked my face off the post a few times.
Ooh, Papa.
And then also, I'm not that tall. I'm 6'2". It's not unusually tall, but I was too tall for the chair, so whenever it stopped suddenly, I smacked the back of my head off the top of the seat, which is not padded.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Out of 5?
3. It is an exhilarating ride, but it was not a comfortable experience.
4 out of 5, as always, for me.
Aucun doute, c'est l'œuvre de cet abominable criminel, l'ennemi juré de l'Alliance sidérale, l'infâme empereur.
What do you think?
Buzz sounds like Buzz's friend, that's weird.
Yeah.
None of the others sound themselves, but Buzz still sounds like Buzz.
Yep. Right, hello again.
Hello.
So, last time we spoke to you, we'd just done Buzz's last game. What did you think of Buzz?
So Buzz was okay. Laura said to me before we went on that she doesn't really get the height.
Not
and that
massively, no.
So I have to crouch down a bit to be in the photo.
It's because I've got short arms and I am short.
Right, there we go.
Hey,
Right.
now I don't have to hold it anymore. Woo!
So
I've got arms.
it is very slow, but not only is it very slow, it's a bit dull. We did it in a 15-minute wait, and that was okay. It was practically walk on.
It said it was a 5-minute wait, but obviously when everyone sees it's a 5-minute wait, they rush to it. So it's more like 15.
Yeah, and that was okay, but I personally wouldn't wait any more than 20 minutes for that at a push. And I certainly wouldn't do the 2-hour queues that we saw yesterday for it.
Yeah, no, I think Buzz is a really sweet ride. I'll do it once if the queue is short.
Great if you have children.
Yeah, definitely. Like when we have kids, that is one that I'd be like, right, that's a top priority one.
Yeah.
But again, if it wasn't for magic hours with my annual pass,
We wouldn't have done it.
we would not have got around to doing it.
Yeah.
So what is your rating out of 5?
For what it is, 3. The theming on the way into the ride actually probably the best bit of it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm 2.5 to 3. If it's a short queue, it's a 3. If it's any longer than 20 minutes, it drops to a 2. We've also just done Big Thunder Mountain. Just somewhere over there.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? So obviously you've not done these rides before.
Yeah, the theming again was really good. I actually preferred that to Buzz's. I think the only downside to it for me was that the longest kind of high speed section is in total darkness. Laura says there are bat eyes on the ceiling you can see if you look. I didn't see them.
But did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did enjoy it.
Did you enjoy it more than Space Mountain, which you said you didn't like?
No, I didn't say I didn't like Space Mountain. Space Mountain was a good ride, spoiled for me by the fact that I'm a large person.
Yeah.
No.
You enjoyed that less?
I enjoyed it about the same.
Ah.
It's not as exhilarating, which Hyperspace Mountain is the most exhilarating ride in the park, but yeah, if you're built like me, it is not the most comfortable. Whilst this was much more comfortable, but it just wasn't as exciting. So
it's a good family roller coaster.
Yeah, great family roller coaster.
And we
really thorough theming throughout.
Yeah, we waited 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Which for Big Thunder Mountain, I think 30 minutes is all right. When it gets over 40, that's when I'm like, I'll come back and do it another time.
I think if you're going to a theme park as a thrill seeker, which a lot of people do, then no ride bar Hyperspace Mountain is probably worth more than a 40-minute wait.
Out of the ones you've done so far.
Yeah.
Because we are going to pop over to the studios, so we're going to walk back towards the front of the park. We're going to try and get on the railroad because Dan really wants to do that. You quite like a train.
I do love a train.
I love a boat, you love a train.
I wanted to be a train driver when I was a child, that's why.
I wanted to be a boat driver, so...
Yeah.
Well, not a boat driver, I just wanted to live on a boat. Yeah, so we're going to go see if we can get on the railway first. Do that, it drops us back off again where it started because all the other ports still aren't open. I don't think they're ever going to be again.
No.
And then we're going to head over to studios. I'm going to suggest we probably go towards Tower Terror first.
Okay.
See what the queue line's like. And then head over to maybe Marvel or... Actually no, I want to do Marvel kind of last because that's where our reservation is. We're going Pims today, so... Yeah. That's not till 4:30. So maybe...
Time. We've got time.
Yeah, we've got time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Food.
Yeah, provider of food.
Bang, and the food is gone. What do you think of the food? I want to say this is called the Studios Canteen.
It's quite nice. Yeah, the chips are a bit naff, but everything else is alright. I thought the nuggets are basic. You said they remind you of your childhood, but that probably is quite basic, like, you know, out of a bag kind of stuff. But yeah, it's all alright. Obviously a little bit pricey for what it is, but that is Disneyland for the tea.
Out of 5, rate your meal.
3.5.
Okay, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It got cold, so I gained a headband. It's keeping my ears and my head warm. Oh, I look ridiculous. I don't care. I'm a tigger. Definitely going to use these at some point. Probably to do my makeup. So, yeah. So we've just eaten at the Studios Canteen. We shared a meal because we're going to Pims at 4:30. So it was just like I wanted a light snack, but because breakfast was a bit nappy, we wanted something a bit more. So I was like, let's share a meal and some nuggets. And then a cake got added. And then a brownie got added. Essentially just had a full meal each. It was delicious. I'm going to rate it 3 out of 5 for the whole meal. The cake was a 4 out of 5. The cake, actually, the 30th anniversary one, if you've seen my vlog with Christian, we both adored it. I enjoyed it slightly less this time. And I don't know why. Maybe my taste buds are maturing or something, I don't know. But I think the plan of action now is to go do some rides. Show Dan around the studios. He's not seen this bit yet, so let's go. There's also something I wanted to share with you. So when I bought these, I originally went in looking at a hat. Daniel, what category would you fit that hat into?
Children.
And did it fit me?
your head perfectly. Your little bean head.
It was a children's ticker hat, and I argued I wouldn't wear it again.
Fit your head nicely though.
It did, it fit so good. So, if any of you who, like me, have a bean of a head, you might be able to fit in the children's hats. Could you fit in a children's hat?
Probably not.
No, his hat is like twice the size of my head.
I have a slab of a head. Old slab head over it.
You said you've got a slab of a head?
Yeah.
Who says that? Like,
It's a nickname for one of the England footballers, Slabhead, Harry Maguire.
see how that was really funny, and then he used facts and made it unfunny. You're good at that.
I'm very good at that.
What would you rather do first? Do you want to go on a drop ride or a nice little ride that moves you around like you're an animal?
I think nice little ride, considering the drop rides are the ones I don't really like doing anymore.
Do you not want to do Terra Terra? It's okay if you don't want to do it. We can.
We'll have to wait and see.
Okay, let's go do Ratatouille then.
Okay.
Hello again. So we've just done Ratatouille. What did you think?
I actually really enjoyed Ratatouille. I don't think it's not an exhilarating ride by any means, but I thought the theming was excellent and consistent throughout. I liked how what we would call it, like waltzer style cars that you're in.
It's a trackless ride. So there's no track.
Yeah. The waltzer style cars that we were in anyway, they were all set like under a counterside, or what felt like a counterside, and they span and moved freely. They didn't all follow one path. So it wasn't like you could watch the car ahead of you and then you would do the exact same thing. They all did a slightly different path. I think it really added to the theme of the ride.
He didn't notice the smells, but they were really strong, so I can confirm they've started to pump them back in.
You can also confirm that I have no sense of smell.
Yeah. And we also bought these. Oh wait, what's your rating for the ride? Out of 5.
So for what the ride is, I'd give it a 4. It's not like it's a 4 for me, like I'm super excited about it. I wouldn't do it again. But if you said to me, build a ride of that style, where it's themed, it's 3D, it's trackless, that's about nearing as good as it's going to get.
Yeah. We also didn't wait.
Yeah, that helped.
We did not wait a single minute. So single ride was 10 minutes, but they had it closed off. And the actual like entree queue was 55.
Yeah.
And Dan just went up and said, hey, like, what's going on with single rider? And this guy was like, nope, not happening. And the woman who was behind it went, yeah, you can come in, and just let us through.
And then we got to the queue front, and they just let us straight on.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Straight in, complete walk on. So.
Yeah.
And we were in the same buggy, just not sat next to each other.
Yeah. Of course, this might not be your experience. You might end up sitting in different buggies, but.
Yeah. We're now going to take a walk through Toy Story Land.
Yeah. So we've gone from being small to being small.
Ratatouille! He looks so confused! Hello! So I thought I'd take Dan on the Cars road trip. I obviously know what it was beforehand, but just on what it was alone, what did you think?
It was fine. Great little kids ride. Very similar to the train in the main park. I prefer this to the train because there was so much missing from the train.
Yeah, we discussed that the stuff on the train is a bit.
Yeah,
naff.
and also the train needs to either do all of its stops or do none of its stops. You can't do one stop and then skip the next two. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
This, for me, was just like a better version of that. Not fantastic by any means, but a great little kids ride.
Yeah.
Lauren's going to tell me what it was before.
On one condition.
Yeah.
Can you hold it?
Yeah.
Thank you. My arms really hurt. So, before it was the Cars overlay, you'd go through and they'd teach you different things about making Hollywood films, and you'd get to see like sets from
Right.
Hollywood films that were made by Disney. So it's
Right.
things like, you know the yellow car from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
So it has that set there with the car, and you'd have the voiceover or the person on the video telling you about it. So it was quite educational, and then you'd go around to the bit you saw the fire and the water,
Yeah.
and it was teaching you how they do the pyrotechnics.
Got you.
But they've changed it into the Cars overlay to make it story based because they thought it'd be more interesting to a modern audience.
So I would say that how it is now is better for a young audience, probably not better for the general audience.
Yeah, I don't like it. I get bored very quickly on it.
For children, that was really cool. Bit where it started rocking and you had the water and the fire, really cool.
But I would say it's not obvious what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's not explained. All of a sudden we stop and there's fire and there's water.
Yeah.
So I do think it still needs some storyboarding. I think they could just do so much more with it.
Yeah, I mean, the two cars that we're talking to in the video do tell you what it's about to, well, they tell you kind of what's about to happen, and the fire is like a surprise.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are a bit sad that it's just models around it from Cars rather than them actually doing something. But yeah. But what's your rating out of 5?
3?
I'm a solid 1.
Okay. For what it is, it's cute.
Yeah, we waited 20-ish minutes.
Yeah, and that's plenty.
Yeah, any more than a 20-minute wait, you walk away, you come back another day.
Yeah.
Right, I want to take you to Marvel now, I think.
Cool, my arm's going to sleep. Let's go.
Let's do it.
1 hour later.
It's okay, at least we didn't wait an hour and a half for it.
What?
It's okay, at least we didn't wait an hour and a half for it.
Oh, yeah, now it's broke down, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Attention sur web, démarrage du mouvement.
No.
Attention on web. Start move.
I'm a little bit disappointed that the mini donuts aren't that mini. Like, I've had mini donuts.
Oh, Dan, that's not one of their mini donuts.
That's on their mini donuts shelf.
But that is not one of their mini donuts.
Okay.
I had one last time, it was no bigger than like a 10p piece.
That's what I want.
It wasn't nice. What's that one like?
Alright.
I found it really dense.
It's a plain donut.
Pulses augmented.